Hey everybody, this is Grant. So I wanted to talk a little bit about talk about Netflix here for just a moment. So this is a an interesting sort of trade environment with Netflix. It's got a some characteristics about it that I think make it a little challenging to trade anyway. But let me just talk through it. First of all, there's a lot of volatility, and one of the reasons why you can tell that is if you look here on the right hand side, you'll see that the market engine just moves back and forth a lot on the right hand chart here, just constantly going back and forth. That makes it for certainly pretty tough to get in and out of options positions and things like that. Doesn't mean that it can't be done, but you gotta sit at the edge of your seat and be standing on the balls of your feet if you're gonna trade this one. Not my personal favorite, but it's certainly one that I want to talk through. In fact, the nature of it is that I only use one element of the market effectiveness chart to find misalignment on this because it does pop back and forth so much, especially as it relates to the NASDAQ future. So I tend to compare it more to the composite index, which is COMP, and compare it that way. All right. And you'll also note, if you're looking closely, that I have to expand the time frame as well also. Otherwise, yeah, it's hard to get in and out of some of those positions quickly. But let me just talk through this here briefly. What I have found is that it does tend to follow the order of a gear shift first. So if you look over here on the left-hand side, so we've got a decent gear shift first. That does tend to take place. And then over here to the right, DT1, then this is the pattern. And in this particular case, it's a very small divergence. So I didn't even draw the line because it almost got in the way. Very small divergence. And it's definitely a trend break as well. All right. And trend breaks, I tend to use them a little bit more on Netflix. You'll still get halfbacks and things like that, but it's pretty choppy. So again, not super awesome reads. All right. So that's the first. Oh well, and the other thing I should mention is that then after that, then these engine lines come off of here, and here we got two that are together, the red and the yellow. So that's strong. So yeah, so that's a trade opportunity. That's the first one. So the excuse me, the gear shift first, followed by the pattern second, followed by the confirmation, the engine lines coming down together third. That's about a 4 or 5 day or 6 day trade. Obviously, you're selling. Well, if you're gonna do sales, right? I tend to sell, so I'd sell on the call side. All right, that's that one. Now the next one, the gear shift actually takes place while you're still in the first trade. So you start wondering, okay, but it can take anywhere from few days to a week or maybe more for the setup to complete. But here's the gear shift. It's H2, and I put it there because the pattern that's going to take place down here on the right is a halfback. Halfback means it's coming all the way across, down across the zero line, chopped around, broke the trend line and came back up, and that is on March 9th. So when was the gear shift? That was on March 3rd. So you got a 6 week, or you have a 6 day window there. All right, and then what you're looking for, what is this, a couple days later on the 13th, right here, I put H2 up here to show, all right, we've got both the yellow and the green coming out. So that's well over a week for that setup to occur. You get another 5 or 6 day trade on that, to make your profits there. All right, and then the third one that I'm just going to point out here comes all the way over here to, what is it, April 21st. So when you come over here to April 21st, so that's the gear shift, and it turns out that when the gear shift occurs, on that same day, the 21st, it breaks the trend line here. Not a fan of the trend line break, but anyway, it breaks the trend line. And then what, a day or so, yeah, another day, the 24th, so it must have been over the weekend there. on the following Monday, then you get the really strong confirmation of the engine lines coming out. Obviously, an awesome move to the upside. Okay, so yeah, trade Netflix with care. I have to spread things out to try to remove a lot of the churn, and therefore, hopefully, only go after the really big, significant moves. And even there, I think some of the moves that I got were still only a few days. One of them was pretty decent. But yeah, watch out for that one. Okay, thanks for your time. Trade safe. Catch you next time.